Good evening and welcome to a real deal training video on how to create an activity list in eschool. The first thing that you'll need to do is log into eschool. Once you've logged in, you will find your home screen. Your home screen is maybe a little different than mine, as I've built my profiles and edited my profiles a couple different times. If you look over to the left, you'll see your menus. I have some favorites saved here, so your menus might look a little different than mine. Typically, if you don't have any favorites, then you would start with the Student Center. From there, you will find the Registration Center, and that's where we'll begin our session. So if you click on the Registration Center, you will find a field or a menu item called Activities. You can just click on Activities, and you will find that you will probably have, for the first time, none of these listed here. So today what we're doing is we're creating one. So what we will do is we will click on New, and there are 4 fields that you have to fill. The first of which is your building code, which ours is 113. The second, you will create a unique activity code based on the parameters that you're given. In our particular school, we don't have any parameters as of now. However, it's my understanding that there might become, throughout Calvert County, a standardized code for each particular sport or activity. So, for training purposes, you can just pick any number. We'll pick 1. Then you can pick a description. The description is up to you. The description that we will give for this purposes is Demo List Number 2. The last field that you're required to put in is an advisor. The advisor is the person that will be in charge of this particular group or sport in your building. For this purposes, we will pick Mrs. Bergman, our lady in charge, and we will also pick a secondary advisor, which is not required, but we will put one, and this will enable this particular individual that you deem access to this group as well. We will just put me, for instance. Okay, now if you scroll down, I don't fill in these particular fields currently. What I typically do at this point is fill in a particular participant. Each participant will have access in their group. So you will click on you will click on the student name field, and this is where you'll be able to search for each particular student. You can go with the last name if you know their last name. You can also put their first name if you know their first name, or first initial. And you can also put in a grade field. So if you know they're in 9th grade, but I warn you that if you put in each field that you fill in narrows the scope of the search, which in some cases might actually void out a student who you might have thought was in 9th grade but really is in 10th grade. So we won't fill in the grade, and we'll hit search. There are no Joneses with the first initial M, so we will just put in Jones. Now, it looks like there are some with a middle initial M, but no first name starting with M for any Joneses. So we'll select the first Jones. Then we will pick another name. Let's say Smith. And let's look for, you think the student's in 9th grade, so you search and you find that there are only 4 Smiths. And you select this particular Smith. Now you continue to fill in all the particular students. Once you're done, you hit save. However, you will get an error if you already have utilized this particular code. That's a safeguard that helps us all out. So what you'll do is you'll just adjust your code to a unique code and hit save. Oh, I forgot I used 30 already. So 31. And hit save. Now that you've hit save, you can come back to your activities and and see that we have 31 demo lists too. And there you go. Now, you might be asking, why would I build an activities list? What is the particular reason? Well, there are many reports in Cognos that have a field called activities or groups. Once you have your activity, whether it's boys soccer or girls varsity basketball, once you have a particular group and you know the code, you're able to run a report in Cognos and have it narrowed down to that particular group. So this is a pretty powerful program, and it enables you to be able to keep track of your students in whatever particular activity or sport that you are a sponsor of. So for now, this is the activities list that you needed to develop, and I will have another session on how to create Cognos reports utilizing the activities list. Take care.